Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. And yes, today is talk. I thought we would sit down because we are family, right? We're family, so we're gonna sit down and just talk about it. As you can see in this title, we're talking about fictitious meals that, pretty much this is not the season for fictitious meals. We can't do fictitious meals during this season. It is affecting the mortality rate of our families. We have to learn how to cook for our families in a way that's gonna boost their mineral count. And so yeah, we got to get away from the fictitious meals. So I kind of just want to go over a few things that we typically, when I say we, and I'm just speaking from a cultural background as the said black man. Basically, in our culture, we have a few, let's be real about it. We have ways that we cook. We have ways that, when we're lazy. Now, when grandma's in the kitchen, now you might get your good mineral-based, fixings. And some of us have now. I feel like a lot of us are transitioning out of that mindset because we have to. We realize that, hey, we can't trust, we really can't trust the industry to feed us, the people that are making the processed foods, et cetera. We can't trust them. We got to take control of our health, and that means going back to our organic ways that we had, our organic culture, going back to nature and things of that nature. So yeah, we're just going to talk about, let's discuss it. We already know the first one we're going to talk about is sugars. Okay, sugars, we know that we should have been a long time ago, got sugar pretty much out of the cabinets, compensated sugar instead of, I'm not saying sweeteners. All sweeteners aren't bad, like agave. You can do date sugars. There's a number of things that you can do to sweeten your foods, a number of other pretty much sweeteners such as agave, like I said, and date sugar. So sugars, let's talk about what sugars does. We all know sugars causes hyperactivity. It confines your thinking. Too much sugars cause an overgrowth of bacteria, because when your body has too much, it just puts it in your gut and it causes an extra overgrowth of bacteria, which blocks absorption of calcium, magnesium, and vitamin C. So those are the basic minerals that you're blocking your body from when you have an overconsumption of sugars. And we know that sugars are hidden in everything. They're hidden in juice. Mainly, one of the biggest things, people see concentrated juice and they don't realize that it'll say no added sugar, but they don't understand that they've already added sugar, when they processed it. And so, yeah, when you're drinking a lot of sugar, sometimes even in soups, sometimes you'll see it with canned fruit. Well, a lot of times in canned fruit, even in frozen fruit, you really have to pay attention to your labels. And what else? Frozen fruits. It was one other thing that we already know they're in candies and things of that nature. We should, if this isn't the season to try to start changing your life and maybe doing more natural desserts. You can do desserts with like, I make peach cobblers with agave, I make cookies with agave. I even switched up my flour to spelt flour, so I don't even feel guilty, when I eat it. But there's a lot of other things that we can do naturally in order to keep our mineral count up and not, inhibit some of the minerals by an overconsumption of things like sugar. So sugar is the first fictitious, I'm going to call it, food that we should just get rid of. Let's just get rid of the sugar, okay? All right, family? The facts in this video is taken from shape.com. Increased health risk due to nutrient depletion. weaker immune system and bones, poor night's sleep, compromised cellular and nerve function, chronic inflammation. High fructose corn syrup. Okay, so the second one is high fructose corn syrup. I was gonna put that with the sugars, but we're just gonna split it up. I mean, when you look at high fructose corn syrup, they put it in everything. They're even putting it in baby formula. I mean, it's in yogurts, it's in packaged foods, it's in a lot of other things. What high fructose corn syrup robs your body of is magnesium, calcium, and zinc. So these are minerals that we really need, especially now. We don't need anything robbing us of our zinc. None of those, really. All of those contribute to building up your immunity, boosting the electricity in your body, helping everything function in the way that it's designed to function, fight against viruses and such. So we do not need, anything basically taking those nutrients away. And this is the season of pecan pie. A lot of people use K-Rose syrup and all of that, and it's nothing but high fructose corn syrup, corn sweeteners, corn sugar, anything corn. You really just need to just exit out of your life, really, because corn, what is genetically modified, it has no nutritional value, does nothing but take away. It's high cancerous, is very high in cancerous. Basically, one of the big cancer foods, along with wheat and soy, is the biggest causes of cancer. So yeah, we need to let that go. Though that's a fictitious food that's just going to cause you problems, more problems in this season. We have to go back to, like we discussed earlier, the agaves and things of that nature, natural date sugar. I know they have coconut sugar. I haven't really looked into it to see how they process that, but I would just stick with anything that's more natural, less harmful to the body. Increased health risk due to these: nutrient depletion, impaired immune function, hair loss, lower blood sugar regulation, elevated triglycerides, discomfort, bloating, diarrhea, and obesity. Pectin. Pectin decreases the immune system by blocking beta carotene and lycopene, things that you really need for your body to have a high immune system and whatnot. So when you're looking at these jellies and jams, I mean, they're good, and who doesn't like a good jelly? I mean, but you can really make jelly quite easily. Those that have time, I know it's like, well, who's gonna have time to do all of this jelly and jam making? But they made it back in the day, and I know they had to work their little fingers to the bone. I mean, you do what you gotta do if you want to stay safe. But yeah, so basically, pectin is another thing, and you have to look at, like I said, they're in a lot of our jams, jelly, preservatives. Just check it out. Always read the label. I said, if you don't trust it, start taking control and really investigating what you eat, and just try to keep it simple. To me, simple is easy. Simple is quick. I mean, I can make a warm kale salad with I get some onions, olive, kale, a little lemon or lime, season it up. I like cayenne, and it doesn't take but less than about 5 minutes on the stove, and there you have your kale, and then you can have whatever else you want with it. So a lot of these foods that we're talking about boosting with, it seems like, because we've gotten in a habit of having things prepared for us, and we're thinking that just because it's in a box, it's going to be quicker than homemade food, and that's not always true. So that is pectin. Increased health risk due to these depleted nutrients: eyesight conditions, decreased immune response, frequent viral infection. Disodium EDTA. let's just talk about the processed foods. Let's get right out there on it. Let's talk about the processed foods, okay? We'll sit there and make, what is it? Hamburger helper for our families, and then we'll go in there and, maybe throw some green beans or something with it, canned green beans at that, with all the aluminum. I mean, some of us may be thoughtful and go for the BPA, but still, green beans, how high in mineral count is that? What about the leafy vegetables? The kale, the collard greens, the turnips. We got to get to all of the electric foods. What about the zucchinis, Let's stay away from the canned foods, period. Just go ahead and cut it up. Really, it's not. We think it's quicker to go in there and grab a can of green beans than natural foods, but this is what we do with the green beans, okay? I know, okay? I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying I've been living this all my life. We'll go in there and get some kind of pork meat, or maybe not even pork meat. Maybe it's just smoked turkey. We smother them in that, okay? And then we throw all of these preservatives, like the regular salt. We don't use sea salt. And we sit there and let that marinate so long until the little bit of nutrient that green bean had in it, just is pretty much cooked out. We cook it to death, okay? May taste good, but no nutritional value. No nutritional value. That's what we do. We'll sit there and then throw some mac and cheese that we got from the store in a box, okay? Some of us now will actually go and get the cheeses, the 5, 6 cheeses. We do it all up, especially during Thanksgiving, but still, really, is cheese really that nutritious? Let's just be real about it. And we call that, we said we're throwing down. Yes, it's delicious. I mean, I'm not trying to take that away, that is delicious, but we gotta get rid of these fictitious foods during this season if we want to live. We're trying to increase the mortality rate in our families, so we do not need to be, just fighting against it. I mean, with already a low mineral count, and then, assisting that with low mineral count type foods. So processed foods, these TV dinners, these box dinners, we got to get away from it, okay? We just got to move away from it because it's hurting our family. Increased health risk due to these depleted nutrients, digestive issues, weaker immune system, compromised cellular and nerve function, anemia, cramps, and kidney damage. Guar gum. This chemical is found in a lot of things like cottage cheese, some beverages, some frozen desserts. You have to be careful because they're processed too. Like I said, start making your own desserts, but it's guar gum. Guar gum is another one that causes over bacteria in the gut, and it blocks minerals from your body. Phosphoric acid. Okay, sodas and flavored waters, really we should have been and let these go. We know that it's so bad. Phosphoric acid that's in soda really is depleting to your bones. It blocks the calcium in your bones. It can cause all kind of other bone diseases that you get, degenerative bone diseases as you get older. So really, if you try to block those phosphoric acids out of there, and you have to really watch the flavored waters because you're thinking, oh, I'm drinking water, that's healthy. But look at the package, and if you see phosphoric acid, you know that it is depleting your mineral count in the way of calcium out of your bones, and you don't want to deal with that because it's nothing like getting older and you already have physical changes, and then your bones are depleting at a faster rate. than it really should, and it just causes debility a lot earlier than what you would normally have, or not really normally, because we think that getting sick is normal. That's just because the way we eat here. If we go back to our organic way, we would probably just die naturally, still being able to walk, see, talk, be in our right mind, state of mind, because we haven't intook a lot of these metals, heavy metals, and all the other stuff, chemicals that are causing our minds to go off. So, but that is sodas and flavored water. You just have to be careful of the things you consume. You can make a lot of smoothies. There's a lot of, you can even get carbonated spring water if you like that little fizzy, and puree your own fruits. Add a little lemon to it, add a little agave, and hey, you done made your own soda, okay? There is other ways to enjoying, I guess, that carbonated fizzy type of drink. And so that is the second to the last one. I think it's one more. Increased health risk due to these depleted nutrients: poor bone and teeth health, osteoporosis, cramping and spasms, increased food cravings, synthetic sulfides. Next, we're going to talk about potatoes, things like shrimp, some medications. There is a something called synthetic sulfides that you'll find in these foods. And I know you're probably thinking, potatoes, what's wrong with potatoes? We all know that potatoes are starchy and they break down into your body as really sugar, basically. And shrimp are bottom feeders, and anything that eats off the bottom of the ocean, we should not be eating. They're cleaning the ocean. I mean, they're eating all the toxins, things of that nature. They put it in wine. Sometimes these synthetic sulfides are found in wine, and like I said, medication. So you have to be careful. It's really the season to go back to herbs. Herbs are just as powerful as medications, and sometimes, well, in my opinion, a lot more times they're more potent, they're quicker, they metabolize in your body a lot better. You don't have all the kickbacks with the negative side effects, so they process well inside of your body. So when you use these synthetic sulfides, it can decrease the thiamine in your body, which can be very critical. There's certain diseases that are caused from a thiamine depletion that is very critical. A lot of people have died from that. So we want to make sure that we're not eating foods that are depleting. We need to get rid of those fictitious foods that aren't adding any foods really that are taking minerals out of the body, are fictitious, or that are cancerous, are fictitious. And so we want to get back to the real foods, which are organic in nature, which means they're not pumped up, they're not full of antibiotics, they're not manipulated by man in a way that is harmful to our bodies. Anyway, I just wanted to have a video where we just kind of sat down and talk informally a little bit. Most of my videos are more formal, and I try to make sure that I bring quality content, so I still wanted to put some of that in there. I told myself we're just going to talk, but I of course I just couldn't do that. I just couldn't talk because I feel like I need to back everything I say up with some kind of information, something that you can take away, and if nothing, that can make you make your mindset, kind of, or your thoughts get to spinning in order to just kind of bring about a new lifestyle, really, and a change, and just something to think about. Anyway, I hope this video has kind of blessed you and got you thinking more on a better how we can kind of do things better, because we need each other, really. We need each other. The death rate has been high. People have been losing a lot of loved ones, and anything we can do to kind of help us stay healthy during the season is good. So just be healthy out there. And if there's anything else that you would like me to talk about, just please leave that in the comment section. If you had a lifestyle change this season, just let me know what you did down in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Remember that you are beautiful, and I love you. Bye now.